Okay. Oh, crotch shot. Start things off. Music stopped as soon as I got up. Why did it do that? Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Hi, guys. We're starting a tad bit early today. Why is this music dead all of a sudden? What happened? Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. Hello, whoever we have. It says I only have one, but a second ago it said three, and this thing's always inconsistent, so who the hell knows? If Leticia Cato and Joe are back, then with their popcorn, um, then maybe that one person is actually three people. Um, but yeah, I had to race back to get here in time, and I ended up making better time than normal. And then I was just sort of sitting there waiting to start. So I thought, screw it, I'll go ahead and get started. But whoever we have, say hello. We're drawing some Kingdom Hearts. Oh hey, Rain and Erica. Are you also at the school right now? Hey, Mark. Are you also in Lab 2? Because I was in Lab 2. I was sticking around. I was stuck there because I had to grade the Term 6 stuff. And somebody was late with their binder, and I was waiting for them to come. Oh, wait, you have an actual class? Like a class? Explain that. Did someone get so soon after I left? Uh, Apparently, Leticia was setting up my channel on uh, the big screen. So does that mean that an instructor came and kicked you guys off? What the hell class starts at like 7:30? I thought evening classes were usually like 6:30 at the latest. What class is this? Mark, is this your class? So you're waiting for a class to start that hasn't actually? This is really weird. PC Lab 2 is the one in 392 or whatever. PC Lab. Or no, wait, sorry. I said Lab. I meant Lab 1. Did I say Lab 2? Okay, no, that's Lab. No, okay, I was getting my numbers wrong then. So you're. Okay, so you guys are watching me in that room. And apparently, Leticia Joe and Kato are watching me in the lab in the other room, unless they change their mind because they're not talking right now. I don't know. So so what class are you guys in? By the way, whose account is this? Is this Erica's account or Rain's account? Okay. Oh, coding for games. Leave it to a coder to keep you guys late. Well, welcome. Glad to have you. Are you guys gonna be at the art show and grad tomorrow? Potentially. I think you guys are strongly encouraged, but I don't know if it's mandatory for you guys. Because they're kind of treating it as a sorry the last couple weeks have been such a pain in the ass type of event. So it depends on what you get done. Is it animation for my class? Or is it Maya? Actually, wait, let's try to decide on a pose. I think I know what I'm going to do. But I also don't know what I want to do. Do I like that? I don't know if I do. Hey, Chi. Are you doing this? Are you watching right in the middle of a lecture or something, by the way, guys? Are we Kingdom Hearts fans? Anybody? Anybody? I know almost nothing about Kingdom Hearts. This is part 2 of what will ultimately be a 3-part or maybe a 4-part request. Okay. Not that I would have stopped you anyway, guys. I would have just felt slightly bad about it. Yeah, me too. Pretty much. I'm not gonna. I am gonna do Mickey. I'm not gonna do emo Mickey. Just because there's a couple of versions of him, and emo Mickey would have fit. It's a whole thing. I don't know this well enough. The guy who made the crest. I was like, well, there's a lot in Kingdom Hearts. What should I draw? And he like listed off a bunch, and I was like, hey, I'll do like group these up for me. And he didn't even include Mickey, but I used all the Disney characters in my first one, and I like didn't want to not have. So it's been a whole thing. Hey Lee. No, he's not going to be falling from the sky. Unless I end up changing my mind. Are you also encoding right now, Lee? Actually, I guess you must be, right? It's mandatory for you. You can expect Kermit next week. Emo Kermit, it depends on how you look at it, I guess, but. I am gonna do Kermit next week. Yet I'm spoiling it early. Next Tuesday is gonna be my last one of the year. I won't be able to on Thursday next week, and I'm going away for a week on Friday. So I'm gonna do it like a Christmas special, and I'm gonna do Muppets Christmas Carol next week on Tuesday. So. Hey, you made it, Nichelle. How are you doing? Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan, Nichelle? You seem like you might be a Kingdom Hearts fan. It is. I concur. Lee, didn't you say that you actually haven't watched Muppets Christmas Carol, despite your Kermit fandom? How far back is that first game going, by the way, Nichelle? All right, all right. We'll accept this. I feel like I'm making this guy too tall. I tendency to make my characters kind of tall. He's actually kind of stubby. Okay. Mickey will sort of be the tallest, but only because he's going to be on top of somebody else. All right, I think we can roll with this now. Yeah, I've heard it's a tough one. There's so much to it and stuff. Okay, so this is Carrie. I know nothing about her, but anybody that does, feel free to speak up. Actually, you know what? Let's make this head a little bit bigger. Cartoon them up a little bit. Let me make this guy's head a bit bigger too. I mean, they're already cartoony, but we're gonna cartoon them up a little bit extra. Not necessarily more than the game itself, but more than I was starting to do here. Okay. Alright. She was in the first 5 minutes of the one game I played on the DS. Okay. I get the impression she might have a larger role in one than the other, because I was specifically trying to find ones that matched style, like they looked like they were from the same game. And I noticed I found a lot more of a slightly more realistic-ish kind of slightly older looking version of her, and a lot less of the style that matched Raikou, who I'm doing here. Which one's Emil? Can you describe him? I don't know the characters too well, but I might know some by appearance. How many have they done now? Altogether? Leaning in to get a better look at my reference there. There's 13 Kingdom Hearts games? Holy shit. What year did the first one come out? Probably like learned this when I did the first Kingdom Hearts one about a year ago. I completely forgot about it. Wow. I feel like I wasn't even aware of them until like a couple years ago. That is crazy. Jesus. The mind is blown. See, anybody I've ever talked to about Kingdom Hearts all kind of have the story, like, even if they consider themselves fans, they're just like, they've never been able to keep up with all of it. Hey, Annika. How about you, Annika? Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan? And yet, there's 13 of them around. It's been going for 20 years now, apparently. So I assume it has fans somewhere. My top streamer on Twitch recap? I don't even know if I've been paying attention. Oh, is that so? Is that Leticia, Joe, or Kato? I think I remember Leticia's account actually has Leticia in the name, so maybe that's Joe. My top streamer on Twitch recap. I haven't even been paying attention to know that that was a thing, Annika. To be honest. We may never know who's doing the talking for those three. That's who I'm trying to guess. Okay, but who's typing? Okay, my guess would be Leticia, but that doesn't necessarily mean this is Leticia's account. So it's not Leticia account typing. Is it Joe then? Aha. Well, welcome, Joe. Also known as Johnny. Also known as Joe. Also known as, how do you pronounce that name again? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm here now. Kind of. Did you guys actually get popcorn, like Leticia said? Nice. Flavored popcorn or just the classic? I might need to reload my pencil here. Oh, no, there we go. Oh, she's got this thing going on up here too. I already exaggerated the bracelet, so I don't think I can exaggerate this armband too much. She's only got so much room on her arm. And might need to look up. Oh, actually, wait. No, I have reference for that. Ho ho. Gonna be holding one of them fancy giant ass Kingdom Hearts keys. Okay, Joe. Does this mean that we have a Kingdom Hearts fan with us? This is Kari or Carrie, so maybe this is Sora's girlfriend. I'm not drawing Sora with her tonight though, so maybe I'm starting a scandal here. I don't know. Mainly because I drew Sora last time. Top 10 tricks or tips for drawing keys that are 3 feet long. Well, in this case, reference. Because these are specific keys, so I don't know what they look like. Otherwise, I'm winging it, to be totally honest. Throwing perspective to the curve. I am breaking this down, though, so I'm doing the teeth, but I'm doing 2 on either side of it. And then I'm going to pop that line in there, pop that line in there, and then there's going to be a thing there and a thing there, and then we'll join them up. But I am still kind of winging it. You just sent a picture of all you guys with the popcorn front and center. Okay. So next up, do you want to guess who this character is then, Joe? Yes. That was easy. I might have said that earlier already. I can't remember. So maybe it wasn't really a challenge at all. You have beaten me. I have been bested. Rules of VFS, Joe, dictate that you need to teach my classes from now on, while I partake as a student. We'll have to do a ceremony during your exhibit tomorrow. Okay, I don't know if I want these to be completely black, so I'm gonna do this. Okay. Meditation and nap time. Okay, I have a question for you, Kingdom Hearts fans. These giant keys, do they go into giant locks, or do you have to just try to struggle to get them into like your regular apartment door? Um, by the way, Annika, who is your top streamer? I have a hunch, but it's still censoring. Nichelle, I don't know what you said. I don't want to do this actually. Okay. Imagine though if you like moved and the day you got possession and they gave you the keys, they just like hoisted out. It's like, ugh. Sorry. So this is this is your main key. I think, and then like Yoda help you if you've got a fucking deadbolt to deal with as well. Hey Billy. Well, one would hope. Wow, that's deep. Oh, I get it. That's why it's called Kingdom Hearts. By the way, Billy's the one that requested this, and then reminded me that I hadn't gotten back to it for a while, a week or so ago, or maybe it was even just last week. So I was like, I forgot about that, Billy. Mickey was actually not on the original request list for it, but I wanted to have something. I wanted to include Mickey, so I threw Mickey in myself. Hope that's okay, Billy. Lots of luxury. He held it the thing with two hands. The key. Okay, someone try to explain Kingdom Hearts to those of us that don't know. Go. You have to do it in 3 sentences. I just gave Leticia a flashback when I said that. That explains everything. That's all we need to know. Most of science can be explained through the use of time travel. Darkness, light, heart. That's okay. All right. Kingdom Hearts is a door at the end game, and it's weird. Uh, Kingdom Hearts 3, or it's weird by Kingdom Hearts 3 because Kingdom Hearts is a moon and it can change to evil with the Keyblade as well, so it flip flops. Okay, it sounds like it. Sounds like it gets weird. These pants are really weird. He's basically wearing like chaps. Okay, alright. Sounds like it might be a dangerous game, Joe. Kingdom Hearts is a Disney Final Fantasy crossover action game. It's about friendship and hope and the darkness in one's heart. It also has a complicated and convoluted plot. Well put, sir. And multiples of Xehanorts from different timelines, and him possessing people like Aqua with their Norded comes from. Jesus Christ, this is getting intense. Okay. Leonard Nimoy. Which shows its age right there, because when did Nimoy die? That was. Actually, I guess it wasn't that long ago, was it? I guess less than 10 years at least. And this game is 20 years old, as it turns out, or has been going for 20 years, a franchise. Ryland today, in his pitch, actually had some Kingdom Hearts stuff in his on his mood board. From Birth by Sleep game? Xehanorts? That's the moral? Is that we're all the villain? Is it like a Joker thing? Like we're all one bad day away from being the Joker? God, these pants are so fucking weird. Oh wait, Birth by Sleep was the name of one. Okay. Okay, fair enough. But I assume that's what you meant there, Nichelle. That was the name of one of the Kingdom Hearts games, and he died about a year after that. Oh, okay. He also had Jet Set Radio, which is another one I drew on the stream earlier this year, and recently colored that one as well. I haven't posted the color version yet, but and how much of them have you played, Billy? I think I remember you saying you only played one or two of them, but you always like the lore or whatever. So, Monica, if you're still with us, I assume you understand now. You've been following all that plot. 1.5, 2, 2.5, 2.8, and then the 3. Those are the ones that you've played, Joe? Alright, Raiku's done. And now we gotta do Mickey. Mickey is actually a deceptively difficult character to draw. I used to actually really struggle with him as a kid. I have a drawing somewhere. I can't remember if I ever posted. Like, it's going back a ways. I don't even know if I had Instagram yet, so I don't know if I posted it on Instagram. Probably on my Facebook somewhere. Um, of Mickey killing a vampire. And I was selling prints of it at a con a few years ago, and I think I traumatized a kid as he was walking by and he saw it. I still have a couple of copies left, but I don't put it out on display at the cons anymore. Riku. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Hey Leticia, I don't know the name of the song. This is just a bunch of royalty-free music. The title, though, is of the track of the whole YouTube video is 12 hours of free background music. Copyright-free music for creators and streamers. If you want to try to hunt it down that way. Okay, I don't know who Barry is, if I'm being completely honest, but okay, 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 okay. I am familiar with the Game Grumps. So I haven't watched a ton of their stuff, but I am familiar with them. I like the oversized zippers. Okay, everybody right now, especially those of you that are currently in class, break out into your best Mickey Mouse impression. Go. And then tell me how it went. I believe it. I was actually literally, Joe, I was just about to say, I was literally just about to say, um, I bet Kato is nailing it right now. Nice. Is that also because Kato's the only one that understood the question or heard the question? Okay. Makes a better Daisy. Can you do a Daisy, Leticia? Donald and Daisy are difficult ones. Mickey, the easiest Mickey voice is to do him from Steamboat Willie, because all he does is go, oh. And then Minnie pretty much does the same thing. But Daffy or Daisy and they're just because they're so rispy. I can't quite do that. I had an uncle who used to do a decent Donald. But all right, we're inking, guys. Goofy is my favorite of the classic Disney ones for sure. Especially all of his how-to shorts, like like how to ride a bike and that kind of thing. And he'd basically be doing everything wrong as the narrator explains what he should be doing. Especially the skiing one. I had some Christmas special that taped off TV when I was a kid. It included that short, Goofy learning to ski. And then Goof Troop and the Goofy movie, that was the shit. I think it's considered slavery if Goofy owns a dog, isn't it? Alright, maybe. Goofy is the only Disney character with a dead wife and a son. Just to be clear, the son is not dead that we're aware of. Max. Max Goof is Goofy's son. Wow. And now we're getting dark. Huh. Interesting to think about. Also, knowing that Goofy has a kid, we could also try to consider what it might have looked and sounded like uh, when uh, when Goofy had sex, because that's a hard thing to think about. But we have proof that it happened, and I just assume that there was a lot of yucks with at progressively faster succession, ending in a possible Yahoo! That's what I assume happened. And then 9 months later, we got Max. And honestly, maybe Goofy's wife isn't dead. Maybe she took off after that experience, because I think that might be a hard thing to really kind of come back from, you know? Fair enough, Joe. I wasn't necessarily expecting you guys to stick around the entire time, but I appreciate you coming by. Although I hope that isn't because I just put that Goofy image in your mind. Yeah, sorry about that. Oops. Also, Anylim, I know you. Who are you again, Anylim? I think... Eric is a different name, I think. I'm backing up just in case. Right, okay, yeah, so not Erica. I want to say it's somebody from the group, though. Oh, Mylan! Okay, hey. Yeah, I've been on here for a while. You know what's weird, actually, Mylan? I noticed, because I think you liked one of my posts today, and when I saw that, I thought, Mylan hasn't been on the stream for a bit. And then there you are. How you doing, Mylan? Not that I'm knocking you for not being on the stream, by the way. It's fine. We got busy lives. Maybe, yeah. Sorry, Joe. Sorry. Not too bad. Been a hectic, weird couple of weeks at this school, which a lot of people with us tonight can attest to. Technical difficulties that made the last bit a challenge, but we're almost at the holidays, so we'll get to catch our breath soon. How's Montreal been treating you, Mylan? I'm going to Mexico actually for a week. My parents went down there for the winter, so I'm leaving on the 23rd to visit them for a week. And most of the usual holiday plans will happen there with my parents. The usual tradition stuff, although it'll be a little different from the usual traditions, I guess. We'll be flying on the same day, just in different directions, I guess. Thank you. I hope you also have a good trip. And I am right that your family is here, right? On the island, right? Or is the family actually in Montreal? Leticia has Twitch. She was talking a minute ago. So Leticia, if you want to talk, you'll have to step up. But if it's too distracting, I also won't blame you if you don't. But Merry Christmas, Joe, and I'll see you tomorrow at your thing. Hi, Leticia. Leticia's still with us. How's the comment coming, Leticia? Do you do much? Is it because I'm distracting you right now? Maybe my suggestion backfired. The thought was that I'd help you be productive because you said that I do that. But if it backfired, then I'm sorry. When in doubt, you can kind of just like eyeball wing the perspective. Or like in some cases, you can even keep the backgrounds to a minimum. Not every panel needs a full background as long as there isn't an important story element. Like if you're establishing a location, then you might want to have it. That panel that you showed me earlier where the person's walking through the door, you want to make sure to have a background there. But you can keep it to a minimum in other panels. Okay, Nichelle, thanks for coming by, and also happy holidays and all that stuff. How's everybody else doing? Anybody else being productive, working on anything, or just doing anything in general? Are we just chilling? Work, 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 work. Sounds right. What does your Twitch handle here mean, Leticia? I'm assuming it's Portuguese. Work, 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 work. Got mixed feelings about them knocking these clogs together and this bit of music that we're hearing right now. No, the name of your account right now. The Dances o Jornada. What does that mean? Hey, Brad. How you doing? We're drawing some characters from Kingdom Hearts tonight. Brad, are you a fan? I know very little about Kingdom Hearts, and it's hard to keep up with anything that's ever been told to me about it. This one was a request from Billy, but they are neat characters, even though some of their clothing is weird and annoying and painful. Thank you. No worries. Thanks. That is Brad from the Sasquatch crew, I believe so. Brad, I never thought of this before, but was your Twitch handle originally Great Brad, and then Chi or Erica made you change it to Bad Brad? Simon, the character you played in in the Sasquatch for T13, or does Letitia just have a hard time remembering the name Brad? Okay. I was asking if your name, your Twitch handle there, was originally Great Brad, and then Chi or Erica made you change it. That tracks. It would have been weird, honestly, if they stopped at this point. Honestly, if they seem particularly nice to you one day, Brad, be concerned. You don't just turn that off willy nilly. So there's reason for suspicion. Me too. We had at least a couple students from that class on the stream earlier. Joa left. I don't know if Kato's still with us. Question: is anybody by chance in a room with Penny at the moment? I'll be at the art exhibit right at the beginning, I think. Okay, I'm gonna just. I just noticed a message from Penny asking about when something's due, and I want to let her know that she can actually sleep tonight. There we go. Crisis averted. I just noticed I did this shoe kind of weird compared to this one. Kind of lopsided. This should be going up a bit higher. This should be going all the way up here. Oh, wow, and the... Wow, what the hell was I thinking there? Go down like that. Cool, cool. What in particular? Just like on the crew, or is there something in particular that she's contributing? Yes. Nice, nice. Also, hello, LCN Toad. And thank you for the follow. I didn't hear the notification there, but I see it there now. LCN Toad, did you just find us, or there's the notification. That was delayed. That's weird. Or wait, is that something else? Or no, oh, that's thank you for the follow, Leticia. Do I know you, LCN Toad, by chance? Quite a few people that I know are popping in today. You're welcome either way, of course, but if there is someone I know, I like to acknowledge. Unless you prefer anonymity. Oh, hey, Dalton. By the way, you film guys, how are you guys doing? Doomsday's already over, right? Nice, that must feel good. Nice. The bane of all film streamers' existence. Okay, Mylan, thanks for coming by, and have a good night, and happy holidays. If I don't talk to you again before then. Mylan, for those of you that don't know, I think did all of Foundation online. I don't think she had a single in-person class. Came in person for the grad, but I think that was it. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I think it was entirely online. Actually, yeah, it was, because I remember at the grad, a lot of people were seeing her in person for the first time. I think around that time they were allowing some to come back to campus for film projects and stuff. But if it was possible to do your stuff online, they kept you online. So some people had gotten to meet each other in person, but Mylan did concept art. Yeah. It was a weird time. And I was gonna say that I guess you guys got a taste of it the last couple weeks, but I don't know if did any of the film streams end up online, film classes, or were you guys able to do all of them on campus? Because I guess none of them are really that software based, right? I got distracted there. So yeah, you were entirely on campus. You're all editing your paperwork. Oh, so I guess you normally would have done that digitally? The paperwork? Back to the dark ages. Earlier, I asked everybody to do their best Mickey Mouse impression and then let me know how it went. Mark never responded, but I feel fairly confident his was the best. And if he doesn't refute that, then I guess I was probably right. Okay. Our resources here are a little limited, Dalton. But do the impression right now, and then phonetically describe it to us in the chat, and then we'll judge. Okay, I believe you. Dalton's the winner, everybody. Okay, there is Carrie. Pretty impressive, right? That shows skill. That's not an easy thing to pull off. Cool, cool. We'll be looking forward to it. By the way, guys, how many of you can get onto your VFS email at the school? Because earlier I couldn't even do it at the school. And I seem to be the only one struggling with this as far as I can tell. And I kind of want to ask IT, but at the same time, I know they're probably still dealing with a lot right now, so maybe we should just ride it out. But it did work. Well, Billy can't, of course. You know that third field where it says like VIP or whatever? Do you have to put anything there, or do you just do username and password? Okay, Dalton. Have a good night. You know what threw me off, Brad, is I kind of went in ready for a new password, and then I put it in, and then they told me that it couldn't end with a number, and then I was like, fuck. So I had to just throw a number on at the end of it, the last second, and then until today, I was kind of like, did I capitalize that letter? I don't remember if I capitalized it, and I wasn't sure how if security was extra tight now, if I was gonna get locked out if I got it wrong on the first try. Um, so luckily I got it. The exact same thing where you had to add add a letter at the last minute. I do sometimes. Um, yeah, I also do that as well, Billy. Uh, where I get most okay, so I always get nervous about it if it's like a particularly expensive one because I wonder if it's raising because people tend to devalue art a little bit as well, and sometimes people are like don't really want to pay you what it's worth, right? And then so you get used to that cynicism from people. So then sometimes if somebody actually does commission you for like something that's a bit on the more elaborate side and it's a bit more expensive, I'm kind of worried they're going to be like extra critical and it might be hard to please them. So that freaks me out. And then sometimes when I'm drawing somebody's likeness, it freaks me out a little bit. Not so much when I do it in the class because I'm doing it so fast. I feel like people's expectations are a little on the low side anyway. But I always worry that like some people can be like really sensitive about their appearances and stuff, and like kind of worried if I accidentally make a nose too big or something, they're gonna freak out a little bit. I do caricatures of people sometimes when I do the conventions, and usually that first one or two commissions are caricatures of the day are a little nerve wracking, but then I get more relaxed. And how's Christmas in my family? Thank you, Mark. Although even that one, I sometimes because I get critical of all my stuff a little bit after the fact, and I kind of like I should have done more of an action pose on Tinkerbell. Um, Christmas in my family is pretty chill. We're not at all a religious family, so it's all about Santa Claus, and that's about it. Um, so nothing like deeply traditional in any kind of or at all religious or at all traditional in any kind of religious sense. But we do the stockings and the gifts and the Christmas tree and all that kind of stuff. Oh, the picture of you. Oh, okay, right. We're not saying any compliments about Tinkerbell then. Hope you loved that one as well, Mark. Yeah, you've been planning that heist all term, I think, Brad. But to further answer your question, Leticia, pretty much any drawing I do, if I leave it alone long enough, I will start to pick it apart. I'm right now coloring a bunch of the Twitch drawings that I did over the year, and I don't color all of them. I usually just color some, and there were a few that I think I was planning on coloring when I first drew them, and then I watched, and then when I looked at them now, it's kind of like, never mind, I'm not gonna do that one. Well, glad to hear it, Mark. Um, one of those Twitch drawings, by the way, I don't know if you guys remember when I did the Steampunk Angel. I think I'm gonna take another crack at that one. I like my concept for that, but I'm not thrilled with how it turned out. I might actually draw her on bigger paper. And then draw like her body about the size I would normally do on a page like this, but then I've got the wide page for the wig span. Because I like the idea, like I said, but I wasn't thrilled with the execution. I didn't think it turned out the best. It's kind of an awkward pose. The wings don't feel wide enough. I've actually found, I mean, I've been drawing my whole life, but a lot of times I get wrapped up in like an animation project. I'm doing a lot of digital stuff, and I'm doing a lot of like cutout and stuff. Um, and sometimes there'd be some stretches where I wouldn't be drawing as much or whatever. But in the last couple of years, I've been doing, or more than that, I guess the last 4 or 5 years or whatever, I almost feel like I kind of weirdly fell in love with drawing all over again. And I think I've seen my stuff improve a lot in that amount of time because I was suddenly between my comic and streaming twice a week. So the stream held me accountable and still is holding me accountable to do at least 2 random drawings a week. And I've now done 2 volumes of Combat Fairies, and I'm going to start the 3rd one soon. And that has me drawing a lot, which is exactly how much I drew when I was growing up. Like, I drew constantly. But then as I got busy with this and that, I wouldn't always, unless this and that involved, there would always be like a feverish part of lots of drawing in preparation for an animation project, designing everything. Then once I was off and running, I wouldn't necessarily get the chance to draw that much until that animation was done. But for the past like 4 to 5 years now, it's been like constant drawing all the time. And I love it, to be honest. I got more nervous because of drawing. Well, like I said, sometimes the beginning of a caricature in a specific environment can sometimes be a little nerve-wracking. I don't know if there's one gig or anything that made me the most nervous. I started doing freelance art when I was in high school, and at that age, I was mostly getting the gigs through my mom, because my mom worked for a engineering firm for mining, and she was in the like kind of like marketing department of it. So sometimes she would just meet people that were in need of an artist, and they would lead, and she would point them towards me, or sometimes her herself for some marketing element would have need for an artist. And so I think I would be a little nervous about those gigs, but at the same time, I think I had that little bit of a cushion because it was mom related. So I don't think I stressed out about them maybe as much as I would have under other circumstances, and then that kind of helped give me some confidence for later gigs and stuff. I did a really elaborate, the most elaborate thing I did when I was in high school, or maybe I was done high school by then, but I was just barely finished if I was. Um, yeah, kind of for client work. Um, was She was working for was it Nelson? I guess it was Nelson Concentrators, I think, something like that. And they had this. They were unveiling the creation of this new concentrator, which was some mining thing, and they had this idea to do this whole movie poster motif. They're gonna have this big gala to unveil it and all this stuff, and it was called Conzilla. So, and this part was actually my mom's idea. Well, so it was kind of like, can you take? I was mostly photoshopping stuff. I was actually barely drawing anything involved in it. So I made all these poster style things for all this different equipment that they had made to decorate the event with, basically. And then I also did a thing where I drew Godzilla with his tail wrapped around this new concentrator. And then at the event, they had the concentrator under a curtain that they would unveil later on. And me and my mom together, this was actually her idea, but she kind of came up with it as something that I could do and get paid for. Um, we made a giant paper mache Godzilla tail that went underneath this curtain that was covering this concentrator. So while they were waiting for the big moment where they unveiled this new device or whatever, um, there was this Godzilla tail sticking out from underneath. Which I personally was never completely happy with the way it turned out. And also, fun fact, I hate paper mache so much. So very much. So I hated the experience of making that thing, and I was never fully happy with the way it looked. But it was kind of a neat idea, and I do kind of like the fact that I made a giant Godzilla tail at one point. But it was just like kind of sculpted the whole thing out of chicken wire and then put this paper mache on top of it. And the chicken wire had a hard time holding up to the like the weight of the paper mache, because until it dries, it's pretty heavy with all the weight and everything on it. And so it would start to cave in, so it was just like jamming shit inside of it, try to hold its shape, and just like, and I hate the stickiness of the paper mache, and like all this shit just gets stuck to the hair in your arms and stuff, and it was just like, I hate everything about it. Paper mache, spelled P-A-P, it's French, so it's P-A-P-I-E-R, and then mache, I think, is M-A-C-H-E-R, I think. It's usually like, yeah, it was something that we did, like, I bet you know what it is, Leticia, you just don't know the, okay, there's, Billy put spelling. You maybe just don't know the phrase, but I bet you've done it because I feel like everybody used it at some point in like elementary school. And when I distinctly remember when we were finishing it, my mom was like, "Well, we've learned a few things. We'll be able to do this better next time." And I was like, "No offense, mom, but I don't want there to be a next time. I hate paper mache." I think I had a oops. Ah, yeah, and then it dries and all that. I had a book that I don't think I ever actually used. This is before I did the Godzilla tale. That I got in elementary school that was about making paper mache masks. Seemed like a good idea, but never actually did anything with it. And I actually do. I also remember attempting to make a RoboCop mask out of paper mache, but we could never quite get the shape right. But in hindsight, it probably would have lasted about 10 minutes on my head before it would have broken apart anyway. Paper mache is not particularly strong. So you know what it is now, Leticia? Am I right? Did you mess around with it in elementary school? Oh, I remember Art Attack. Although I remember the overhead shots of him doing stuff with sand and different junk and stuff. Actually, Brad, until you just reminded me about it now, I haven't watched the new trailer yet. Somebody sent it to me during the pitches this morning, so I couldn't watch it. And then I haven't really had much time today. By the time the pitches were over, I had to race to the school and then I had class and stuff. So maybe when I'm done here, I'll watch it. But even without having seen it, I am definitely excited for it. I loved Spider Verse. How did it look, Brad? Did it look good? Nice. I got the Art of Spider Verse book. I guess the year it came out, and I have a handful of art of books from different movies, mostly animated movies, and that I think is by far my favorite one I've ever gotten. Yeah. Um, I know a few people that worked on it. Actually, nobody I know super well. There's a couple grads that I think worked on the first one. I'm not sure if they worked on the second one or not. And then I was at a birthday party a couple months ago and met a couple people there that worked on the new one. yeah, definitely excited for the new one, even without having seen the trailer. Yeah, it was done. Most, if not all, the animation was done here. And when the first one won the Oscar, a bunch of people had pictures posted of them posing with the Oscar itself, because I guess they brought it to the studio and did like a photo shoot with everybody that worked on it. Brad, are you at the school right now in a different room? Unless he just heard you from another room? Wait, then how were you able? How are you hearing hearing him, Leticia? Oh, okay, gotcha. Says what? Like what? No way. That's epic. Gotcha. I actually screwed up the soul a little bit. Actually, wait a minute. No, I didn't. Screw it. Are we good? We're good. Never mind. No one screwed anything up. I don't know what you're talking about. No, it doesn't. So yeah, if you've been worried about that this entire time, you can definitely chill out about a bit, Leticia. Me? Yes, actually. I don't even remember what the conversation was, but there is a reason that I went with the cable one instead of the Bluetooth one. Are you saying that because you can see me struggling with the cable over my shoulder every once in a while? But yeah, both me and I have a friend whose name is also Brad, coincidentally, uh, who is often my go-to for tech advice, and both of us have been burned a bunch of times from wireless stuff where it just isn't as reliable as you want it to be. And so I think I was asking his advice on it, and he was like advising against it, and I didn't take much convincing because of my own experience. I think. I think that was the conversation. Because it was something I considered for sure. There are some times as well, and I think actually I was fighting with it, in particularly the other night, last Thursday, I guess, when you were on, Brad, which is maybe adding to it as well, because I think I was actually complaining about it last time. Every once in a while, it sits weird on my shoulder and will not stay, and it's like particularly annoying. What I would actually prefer to do though is to actually get a microphone that I can mount on this, and I wouldn't need to. Maybe wouldn't need the headset at all. Although maybe I should. Maybe the headset's still better though, because then I might get echo from the music I'm playing without a headset. So I don't know. Maybe it's better either way. But I have thought about that. Like I have a blue mic, a blue or a Snowball blue mic that would work. But I have no way of mounting it over here because I don't have a flat surface. Actually, I put something here. I might look into that. Maybe I could fit that on there. Me, I'm going to Mexico actually for a week. Leaving on the 23rd. My parents are there for the whole winter, so I'm going to visit them for a week. And they actually went last winter as well, and I visited them in April, I guess it was late April. So, an interesting turn of events. This will be my second trip to Mexico this year. I'm excited for the trip, but I was also commenting the other day that it's coming up a little bit too fast. Just because so much is going on, and be kind of looking forward to just having some chill downtime on my own at the start of the break as well. But I know I'm gonna blink, and all of a sudden it's gonna be time to get on the plane. But I am looking forward to the trip. It'll be a fun trip. You're also going to Mexico, Leticia, at the same time. Okay. Right, because that's right too. You're going to Brazil, so that's just you're stopping there on your way. Are you also flying out on the 23rd? Okay. What part of Mexico did you go to, Red? Connection, yeah, or layover. Both work. Both count. Yeah, I'm going on the 23rd, and I'm flying into Massatlan. So if you're also if your layover is in Massatlan, then we might actually be on the same flight. I don't know. It's an early flight. I think it leaves at like 8ish or something. Can't remember. Oh, this Friday. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I've been to Playa del Carmen. I've been to Mexico a few times actually. It's probably outside of the states. It's probably the country I've been to the most. My when my dad first retired, he got a motorhome, and my mom hadn't retired yet, but she was able to do some work on the go. So, got a motorhome and drove down the Baja Peninsula to a place called Las Barrias, and lived there for about 6 months with the family dog, and and my mom was there for part of the time. She kind of went back and forth a little bit, and so I actually went there for Christmas that year as well. What's Christmas like with your family, Leticia? You were asking about mine earlier. I never asked you about yours. Oh, you're going to Vegas, Brad. That's cool. Hey, Mars. How you doing? How long are you going to Vegas for? Let's throw a scribble shadow down here. When in doubt, scribble shadow. Oh, there's not room for much of a scribble shadow underneath her, but whatever. Okay, cool. While I'm inking Mickey, be sure everybody to imagine what Colton's Mickey impression sounds like. I had a Mickey Mouse game for Sega Genesis. Actually, I don't know if I had. I think I just rented it, but it was. I was gonna say Mickey Mouse Works, but I don't know if it actually was because I think there was a cartoon called that, a show called that. But it was like the first level is actually black and white, and you're playing through Steamboat Willie. And I think all the levels were based on different classic Mickey Mouse cartoons, and they just kind of started at the beginning and got more and more modern. Uh, Brad, was the Me Too to Billy's comment that you are also a true Keyblade master? Or the Mickey Mouse game, right? Yeah. There was two that I remember renting as a kid that I really liked, but the one that starts out with Steamboat Willie was the best. I remember a couple of really cool Tasmanian Devil games as well, and one of them was like they were kind of based on the Tasmania cartoon, but one of them was like Taz Goes to Mars or something like that. It had Marvin the Martian as like the main character. Well, not the main character, but like the main antagonist, and that one was really cool too. Yeah, I don't remember a ton about the game either. I just remember it being cool. Oops. I am sending moral. Like, do you mean like on Discord, Leticia, or do you mean just like out loud right now? Moral support be with you, Kato. Why do you? What do you need to redo about the eye? Like even like you don't have to redraw the eyes to break them up. Like you can cut and paste them. If that part wasn't clear. Like go inside one eye, Control X one of the eyes. Go back to the timeline on a new layer, Control V to paste it. And if you've been redrawing from scratch, then I'm sorry for not having said that earlier, if I didn't. Okay, okay, good. Sure, Brad, what were you thinking? Dota 2 characters. I think I did a Dota 1 before, actually. Give me a specific character request. Disappear. I know of the game, Brad, but I've never played it. Pudge? Okay. I did, Centaur Enchantress, I think that it was called, or something, before. Am I still up on the big screen, Letitia? Can Kato hear me? Also, are you still with us, Mars? You said hi and then disappeared. Or Rubik. Yeah, it'll be the new year before I get to it, Brad, but it is on the list. Hey, Mars. If you're distracted with other stuff, then no, no shade for lurking, Mars. I was just curious. Sorry. Yes, I am. And there's been weirdness at VFS lately, so I feel like everybody's a little delirious right now. as the term and the year winds down. Yeah, okay. We had a cyber attack at the school, Mars. So our whole system got shut down for a while, and we had to try to make do without access to our computers and our network and the whole thing, which had to postpone certain assignments and things, and everyone's trying to play catch up now, and we're given extensions, but people want to get stuff over with before the break. Still can't access things remotely either, so I stayed late waiting for one final assignment to get submitted so that I could grade it, and made it home about 20 minutes before I went live. Tomorrow was our last day. Of the term and the year. And how are you doing, Mars? You're back in Vancouver now. And you're back in school too, right? Remind me, I know you told me, Mars, but where are you going to school now? Or am I completely wrong? I know you're doing an online course, I think, as well, at one point. But I think you said you're back to school here. We will do that, Mars. I'm not the best at remembering to initiate and all that stuff, but I am down. Right. Okay. That's in. Am I right that that's in Gastown? Okay, I gotta concentrate for these years. To get that roundness right. So in Burnaby then? Or is there a BCIT downtown that I'm not picturing? 'Cause I know there is a few campuses. Oh, okay, okay. Now I'm trying to picture where the BCIT is. I mean, I obviously see more, but honestly, Mars, I know barely anything about Kingdom Hearts. This is a request from Billy. And it's the second one actually because there's so many characters, so we kind of split it up. I was like, all right, I'll do a couple this time. We'll do a couple another time. So this is the second and my second go at it. But I can't really claim a favorite. Favorite anything about it. How about you, Mars? What's your favorite part of Kingdom Hearts? I'm sorry. Would you say that I broke your kingdom heart? Suddenly, Mars is like, you know what? Never mind. We don't need those drinks. I deserve that, and yet I'm proud of it, Mark. Yeah, I feel like it's a real disservice on Twitch's part to not let you put gifs in the chat. I feel like that would really up the game, even though it would result in me being shamed, Mars. Okay, ready for the spot blacks. Let's spot them. Ink, 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 ink. How is In Focus going, by the way, Mars? I don't know if I asked that earlier. I was focused on where it was you were going. Cool, cool. Is it a full year program? Cool. Yeah, I gotcha. But I assume you'll get in it because you did 3D before, so I would assume you'll get into some stuff you didn't cover in Foundation. Oh, okay, yeah, that would make sense. So are you actively looking in the meantime, or you're just open to the possibility if something comes along? Gotcha, gotcha. I appreciate your choice of words there, Billy. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, okay. Do you have friends or family in Edmonton, or is it just to see Edmonton? In an ironic turn of events, I'm going to Mexico for Christmas, Mars. Mexico is where Mars is actually from, ironically. Okay, cool, cool. I haven't been. Actually, I have another friend, Parker, who's on here fairly often. He just came back from Edmonton, but I haven't been to Edmonton since I was really young. Went to the mall and the whole 9 yards, but I don't remember it too much. It's probably like 9 or maybe younger. Cool, cool. Nice. I remember a comedian one time talking about West Edmonton Mall, and he said how the Canadian military only has one working submarine. West Edmonton Mall has two. I don't know if that statistic is still accurate though, but I remember thinking it was funny as hell when I heard that. I was probably still in high school when I heard that bit. Massitland. Um, I've explained this a few times as people come at different times. My parents are there right now. They went down for the winter. They did it last winter as well. But last year they didn't go until January. This year they went a lot sooner, so I'm going down to see them for a week around Christmas. Same area they went to last year. I'm going to Mexico. You're going to Edmonton. Brad's going to Vegas. Tisha's going to Brazil. Any other trips that we haven't mentioned yet? That sounds like fun, Billy. Uh, if you're in the mood for a trip to the living room, Mark, then it sounds good to me. Oh, okay, cool. Not much of a golfer myself. I've only been outside of mini golf. I've only gone golfing once. It was for a friend's birthday a couple years ago, and I had fun just because of the kind of party element of it, but not good at golfing. I also got really annoyed. They had this like dress code at the golf course, and it just like annoyed me on principle. It's like you're literally like have a golf cart driving around selling people beer. But you're gonna give me shit if my shirt doesn't have a collar on it? Like, what the fuck? How pretentious is that? Yeah, the dress code thing. Like like as soon as you tell me how I should be dressed, I'm a little annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have just on general principle. Like I'm not a complete slob. I know certain event. I know to class it up at least a little bit for certain events. But as soon as you tell me like you will not be admitted if you're not wearing this, I'm just kind of like fuck you. Let me be me. Yeah, exactly, right? You're paying them. What the hell? And then they got some dude driving around in another cart, not like besides the person that's selling you booze, um, to try to like hurry you along if you're not going fast enough for them. And like this is not a classy affair, all right? I think when I went to that birthday party, I think the guy whose birthday it was, I think he was a little annoyed with me for complaining about the dress code, and he's like, "Oh, big deal, whatever." I'm like, "No, but do you not see how stupid and hypocritical this thing is?" Like, I was ready to start a protest. I'm not super politically minded, but I'll host a rally against dress codes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. give a guy a whistle and they think they're a cop. On the topic of dress codes, this is going back a few months, but you guys hear about the guy, I forget his name, he was a filmmaker that was at Cannes Film Festival, and they tried to kick him. He was at a premiere screening of something, maybe even his own film, I don't know, and they tried to kick him out because he was wearing moccasins on the red carpet, which obviously is very culturally tone deaf. Because he was an Aboriginal filmmaker, and he said he just wanted to show like have some form of traditional garb associated with his outfit. But it's also like it bothered me on principle, like because even if it was wearing Converse and had nothing to do with any kind of cultural significance, it's just like your film festival. The whole point of you is literally to celebrate artists and freedom of expression, and you're gonna kick somebody out for not dressing exactly like everybody else. Like, what the hell bullshit is that? Oh yeah, I've definitely done that, Brad. Especially when I'm way too hungry and I just like I don't have time to chew, you know. And then the instinct is to drink water, but that only really works if, well, I guess water works if it's actually stuck in here. But sometimes it goes down the wrong pipe, and you're like, I gotta drink water to clear this, but like water's not going down the same pipe as the other thing that went down. You don't want to put more stuff down your lungs. We are almost done, folks. Thank you, Red. There we go. Mickey, Raikou, and Carrie. Let's just throw a signature on there. January 14th. So about 2 weeks after I get back from Mexico, I'm getting inked. Thank you, Brad. And you'll get to see it on the stream probably the following Tuesday. So we'll try to throw somebody a quick raid here. Why not? I won't be able to stick around too long. I'm pretty burnt out at this point. But thanks, Mark. But we'll give him a raid. So stick around long enough just to give him a boost. If you can't hang out much longer than that, I totally get it. Okay, sorry. So Riku and Kiari. Okay. Thank you, Billy. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm gonna do the character design challenge, and I might try. I haven't 100% decided what I'm gonna do with it yet. I'm debating putting a holiday spin on it, but I might not. We'll see. Because I have some non-holiday ideas too. I'm not sure what I'm more excited about yet. So we'll see. But let's find somebody to raid. And while I'm looking, thanks for watching, everybody. Um, and hopefully I'll see you next time. But let's see. Oops. Who is live right now? You know what? Let's raid Cody. We haven't raided Cody in a while. See you, Leticia. And have a good one, Brad. Three, two, one. Raid.